From a tiny bamboo toy spinning in the hands of a child in ancient China to powerful machines rescuing people from mountaintops, the helicopter's journey is nothing short of astonishing. What kept humans chasing the dream of vertical flight for centuries? Imagine a timeline stretching from curious sketches in dusty notebooks to sleek, roaring rotorcraft slicing through the sky. This is the evolution of helicopters, and it's a ride you won't want to miss. The modern concept of the helicopter owes much to Gustave de Ponton-Damacourt, a French inventor born in 1825. In 1861, he not only coined the term helicopter, but also built small steam-powered prototypes that hinted at the possibilities of vertical flight. Damacourt was more than just a tinker. He was a visionary with one foot in the world of science and the other in the realm of imagination. A passionate scholar in numismatics, he moved in intellectual circles that valued curiosity and invention. His fascination with flight was so infectious that it inspired literary legends like Jules Verne, whose stories carried readers into the skies long before aviation became reality. At a time when heavier-than-air flight seemed almost impossible, Damacourt's efforts bridged the gap between ancient ideas, such as Leonardo da Vinci's aerial screw, and the engineering experiments that would follow. While his steam-powered models never achieved sustained flight, they captured imaginations and laid the conceptual groundwork for future innovators. In many ways, his greatest invention wasn't mechanical at all. It was the belief that vertical flight could be achieved.
The story of the helicopter begins long before Gustave de Ponton-Damacourt's steam-powered experiments. Nearly 1,500 years earlier, around 400 CE in China, children played with simple bamboo copter toys. These small devices, spun rapidly between the palms before being released, would lift briefly into the air. While these toys were primitive, they revealed an essential truth. Rotary wings could create lift. Centuries later, in the late 15th century, Leonardo da Vinci sketched his famous aerial screw, a spiral-shaped rotor intended to compress air and generate upward force. Although da Vinci never built a working model, his design showed that the principles of vertical flight had been considered long before the technology to achieve it existed. By the 18th century, curiosity about rotary flight was growing in Europe. In 1784, French inventors Launay and Bienvenu presented a model to the French Academy of Sciences that used feathered rotors powered by a simple tension mechanism. This was still a toy, but it was the first to be formally recognized by a scientific body. In the early 19th century, Sir George Cayley, often called the father of aerodynamics, began experimenting with elastic-driven helicopters. His models, created around 1796 and refined over decades, helped clarify the forces at work in flight. The shift from theory to human-carrying machines came in the early 20th century. On 29 September 1907, the Breguet brothers, Louis and Jacques, built the Gyroplane No. 1, a four-rotor craft powered by a 45-horsepower engine. It managed to lift off the ground with a pilot, though it was tethered for stability and only hovered briefly. Later that same year, French bicycle maker Paul Cornu achieved what is widely considered the first free, untethered vertical flight. His twin-rotor machine stayed aloft for about 20 seconds, proving that helicopters could carry a person without external support, though stability and control remained major challenges.
The breakthrough in controllable, sustained helicopter flight came in Germany with the Focke-Wulf FW-61, which first flew on 26 June 1936. This coaxial rotor design, two rotors mounted one above the other, turning in opposite directions, solved many stability problems. It even featured an enclosed cockpit, hinting at the modern helicopter shape. But the true template for today's helicopters arrived in the United States with Igor Sikorsky's VS-300. On 14 September 1939, Sikorsky's single main rotor with a smaller tail rotor provided unmatched control and efficiency. This configuration became the standard for most helicopters built since. During World War II,
Sikorsky developed the R-4, the first mass-produced helicopter, which entered service in 1942. It was used for reconnaissance, rescue missions, and supply transport, tasks that showcased the helicopter's unique advantages. In the post-war years, innovators like Arthur M. Young improved stability further with the invention of the stabilizing bar, incorporated into the Bell Model 47, the first helicopter certified for civilian use in 1946. The 1950s ushered in the turbine era, starting with the Cayman K-225 in 1951 and the production Alouette II in 1954. Turbine engines gave helicopters greater power, range, and reliability, enabling them to fly higher and carry heavier loads. By mid-century, the helicopter had evolved from a dream into a versatile workhorse, capable of everything from military transport to medical evacuation, laying the groundwork for the surprising turns yet to come.
One of the most surprising facts about the helicopter's history is that for centuries, inventors had no single word to describe what they were creating. The term helicopter didn't appear until Gustave de Pontendon Amécourt introduced it in 1861, long after early flight experiments had begun. Another unexpected twist came with Heinrich Focke's Fa-61 in 1936, which not only became the first truly controllable helicopter, but also featured an enclosed cockpit, a luxury in an era when most experimental aircraft left pilots exposed to the elements. Equally remarkable is the role of Arthur M. Young's tinkering with remote-controlled models. His experiments with a stabilizing bar, originally for small test helicopters, turned out to be a game-changer for full-size machines, dramatically improving stability and control. Then there's the curious connection between Leonardo da Vinci's 15th century aerial screw and modern drone research. Recent studies suggest his design might actually inspire quieter, more efficient rotors for future unmanned aircraft. These moments remind us that progress in helicopter design hasn't always been linear. Sometimes the greatest leaps forward have come from unexpected directions, forgotten sketches, or hobbyist experiments, proving that innovation often hides in the most surprising places. Today's helicopters are the product of decades of refinement, with technology pushing their capabilities far beyond what early inventors could imagine. Turboshaft engines, introduced in the 1950s, remain a cornerstone of modern designs, offering lightweight power and improved efficiency. New rotor configurations, such as coaxial rotors, tandem rotors, and NOTAR, no-tail rotor systems, have expanded performance, making helicopters more agile, stable, and quiet. The influence of unmanned aerial mobility is also clear. Multicopter drones, now common in both hobby and professional use, borrow heavily from early rotorcraft principles. Recent innovations focus on speed, efficiency, and sustainability. Electric propulsion prototypes are emerging, promising lower emissions and quieter operation, critical for urban environments where noise is a major concern. Hybrid designs like tiltle rotors blur the line between helicopter and airplane, enabling vertical takeoff with airplane-like cruising speeds. Looking ahead, urban air mobility projects are positioning helicopters or their electric successors as future air taxis, transporting passengers over congested cities. Advances in materials, AI-assisted flight controls, and rotor aerodynamics could soon produce aircraft that are faster, safer, and quieter than ever before. If history is any guide, tomorrow's breakthroughs may blend futuristic tech with lessons from centuries-old ideas. From the playful bamboo copter of ancient China to sleek AI-assisted rotorcraft poised to redefine urban travel, the helicopter story is one of relentless human ingenuity. Each era brought its own leap forward, sometimes through meticulous engineering, other times through unexpected flashes of inspiration.
What began as a simple curiosity has evolved into a machine capable of saving lives, exploring remote landscapes, and shaping the way we connect our world. And yet, despite all these achievements, the helicopter's evolution is far from over. With electric propulsion, advanced materials, and quieter rotors on the horizon, we may soon witness a transformation as dramatic as the leap from da Vinci's aerial screw to Sikorsky's VS-300. So what do you think the future holds for the helicopter? Will the next great leap come from high-tech labs or from a curious tinkerer with a small spinning toy? Every chapter in the helicopter's journey tells a story of persistence, creativity, and daring. Which era captured your imagination the most? The bamboo toys, the wartime breakthroughs, or the sleek, modern designs shaping our skies today? Share your thoughts and ideas for which evolution we should explore next. And if this journey through flight history inspired you, there's plenty more to discover. Dive into our other videos to uncover more incredible inventions and the people behind them. The skies are full of stories, and we're just getting started.